Hi everyone, this is Jane Dazier here, and I'm gonna be doing a my life stories. This time I'm gonna be talking about how anime in general influenced me as a person and how I got into it. So basically, I believe it all started back in freshman year of high school. Although I actually didn't know it was called anime back in the day because I was just a kid and stuff, but I'm pretty sure we all started somewhere. Like, for me, it was Yu-Gi-Oh! And, Dragon Ball Z and Naruto and all that kind of shows. Although, back in the day, I didn't really know what it was called. I saw it as, like, a cartoon made by, American studios and shit like that. I didn't actually know it came from Japan or any of this stuff until I, got into high school freshman year and stuff. Then I started to learn that that kind of animation was made in Japan, thus called anime. So basically, I didn't really start watching anime, more like I started reading the manga. I believe my first manga, if I remember correctly, was Full Metal Alchemist. It was during a library, because back in the day I would skip lunch and go directly to the library, because I was one of those people that didn't really like to go up to the lunch line, because you have to go through the whole thing. You have to go through like crowds of people and stuff, and I really hated people staring at me. So I don't know, I'm just weird like that for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, I would skip that, and I wouldn't have any money for lunch too. So it's not that I was like, poor or anything like that, didn't have any money. It's more like I didn't ask my parents for it, so I was like, eh. So I just skipped lunch and just went directly to the library, which you apparently you can do. I don't know. You would think you would get in trouble for it, but I guess not. So I just went directly to the library during lunch. And that's basically where I spent my days, just being on the computer, I don't know, talking to other kids who did the same thing. And yeah, just usually just hanged out with my friends and stuff at the library. Then I saw like a bookshelf full of like these comics. I didn't know what it was called, but apparently it was called manga from one of my friends that told me about it when I was reading. They were like, "Oh, you like reading manga?" And we're like, "Manga? What the hell is that?" And yeah, that's basically where I learned that it was Japanese comic books / Japanese related stuff. So that's basically how I got introduced to like real manga / anime that wasn't Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, Pokemon, and that kind of stuff, which was pretty cool. So Full Metal Alchemist was basically my first official, I guess, manga / anime or whatever. And from there, I started reading the other manga that they had at the library. Like, Death Note was a big one. It was like probably one of my favorite ones, aside from Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist, I gotta say, has like a deep impact in my I can't even speak, but has a deep impact as a person for me, because it taught me about life and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know how to explain it, but it's just, has something in my heart, or I don't know. But yeah, Death Note, it was a pretty ridiculous phase. I'm pretty sure everyone goes through this phase, where they find themselves cosplaying as L. Oh god, it was so cringy. I find myself wearing a white long sleeve t-shirt and jeans and Converse and stuff like that, because I watched the Death Note movies and stuff like that before I started doing that, and I actually went to school cosplaying as L, and it was so cringy. Oh my god. I would also wear the eyeliner and shit like that to have like dark circles underneath my eyes and shit like that. It was pretty bad. I really regret it doing it. I don't know why the fuck I did that, but yeah, that was just my cringy, high school phase or whatever you want to call it. Because I really admired L and how smart he was and how cool he was and stuff like that. But yeah, basically Full Metal Alchemist was the biggest one that influenced me. because the way, I don't know how, but just the way it has you think about, you know, life and you know, the how life is made, and you know, just question society in general and stuff like that. So it kind of made me think about that kind of stuff, and as a person, I never thought about that stuff before. I was around 13 years old, so yeah, that tells you something. I guess around that time, people or kids or whatever, or teenagers start questioning that kind of stuff, but a lot of people ignore it because they have other stuff to do, like they have sports, they have, you know, studies and that kind of crap. Meanwhile, I was just there. I didn't really have any involvement in sports or anything like that, so I was just your nerdy guy who would just go to the library during lunch and read manga and shit like that. I wasn't like the popular kid or anything like that either. I was kind of quiet as a person, so I didn't really, you know, do much or say anything really. But nonetheless, that manga really, you know, influenced me a lot, and it just taught me a bunch of stuff, you know. It made me question a lot of things, and because of that, I kind of got into I started having a bigger interest in like science and all that kind of stuff on a personal level, not like on a, you know, scholar level or whatever you want to call it, or I don't know. I really didn't like science during high school. The way they taught it it sucked. That's all I gotta say. It sucked, especially biology. Oh my god, dude, that class sucked so bad. I didn't even want to deal with it. Luckily, I actually passed one of the exams or something like that, and if you pass that certain exam, you didn't have to take finals or something. If you guys don't know what finals is, it's basically like a huge test you take at the end of the semester, or I think it was either end of the semester or end of the school term. Pretty sure it was the end of the school term, and if you passed it, you wouldn't have to take that end of the school term thing. And I got like, literally I passed by 1 point. It was so crazy. I was like, holy shit, dude. I just passed this test by 1 point, and there's like, I don't know, the other half, wasn't even half, it was like only 12 people, including me, passed that test, and we didn't have to take the finals, and everyone else had to, so I was lucky enough to just skip it and just get an automatic A on it, on the finals, because of that, which was pretty sweet if you ask me. So I didn't have to deal with any of that crap. But anyway, I'm totally getting off topic right here. But yeah, you know, anime really influenced me, because after watching those shows, I started getting into it more, and through that, I actually made more friends who actually liked anime as well. So there's that. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, if you get into a hobby, you eventually find people who have mutual liking of the same hobby, and you make friends and stuff like that. But not only that, through anime, I also broadened my way of thinking. Like, a lot of people take for granted that anime is just, you know, a show or just a cartoon, but they don't realize that within each show has like a deep, intricate story that the creator of that show has to tell or wants to convey to the audience. And a lot of people just take anime to face value. Like, they look at it, they enjoy it, and that's pretty much it. They don't like think deep into it or dig deep into it and, you know, analyze it, and it doesn't make them think. But for me personally, it does make me think. You know, some shows like but not Barakuma, but Poco's Udon's World, like, got me a little bit emotional and stuff like that because of the ending. If you guys haven't seen it, it's a really good show. And like Steins Gate especially, it made me think a lot about time travel and that kind of stuff. So those kinds of the shows are the shows that made me think a lot, and you know, it kind of shaped me as a person. A lot of people you know, just ignore that kind of stuff and just doesn't care about it, and you know, that's fine. I mean, that's them and I'm me. You know, we're all different people, but this is basically just how anime in general has a huge role in my life, for me as a person, as a content creator, and as what I do with my life and stuff like that. Which, that's a lot to say, because without this hobby of mine or anime or something, I wouldn't even be into YouTubing. I wouldn't been able to meet a lot of friends that I have now. And yeah, I wouldn't been able to meet you guys who support me through YouTube and everything like that. And I'm very thankful for that, you know. Some people take it for granted, but you know, a lot of times, you know, it actually makes a huge impact, and I'm thankful for that. But yeah, yeah, enough of that. A little emotional monologuing and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'm sorry for stuttering a lot. Like, I'm not really used to making these kinds of videos, but as I make more of these videos, I guess I'm getting a little bit better at it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Know a little bit more about me as a person and who I am. But yeah, don't forget to subscribe, like my channel if you like it, or if you want to see more of these videos. Comment in the description below saying you want to see more and stuff like that, and I will. I really like doing this kind of stuff because I feel like I'm sharing a part of me, and which I am. Technically, I am sharing a part of me. And I feel like you guys know me better. I feel like you might understand me more as a person and who I am. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and yeah, be safe.